This is my favorite bumper sticker. I've actually got one that was a gift to me, and I haven't used it yet because I'm not sure which car to put it on. Out in Sherman, Texas today. This is a suburb north of Dallas, and out among the new housing developments there was a property lost to time, and this woods was full of cars. See, they've been demolishing trees and moving cars. One little cute loader tractor that got trapped in there. All of this has been pulled out, arranged up on the hill, and it was auction day. This is Friday night. They're just finishing the household stuff, some tools, a few parts, but not too much. All sold today. So, doing a quick preview for stuff that'll be selling. This auction is done by Duncan's Auction, and they do collector car type sales. So it's just kind of an old graveyard of cars. Some people say, you see something like this, man, how could they let all those old collector cars just sit and decay and waste away? Well, when these were put out here, these were not collector cars. They were just old, used up vehicles, all of them, that kind of accumulated here. A lot of vehicles like this 50 years ago were probably bought for $15, $20. A lot of times given away, and then they would just be left kind of to sit. And scrap prices have been up the last 10-15 years. A lot of this stuff's gone away, and so yeah, everything here is rough. I mean, there's no sugarcoating that, but the main thing is that they've survived and they're here and available for people to bid on. They did a lot of work getting these out, getting them rode up. It's kind of a neat one back here. Cut real quick because I may not go down the road, but that's a 59 Oldsmobile station wagon that they've cut. See the front half, the back half. They made that thing, I think the plan was to build a trailer. Might run over there and see if it's got a hitch on it or not. It'd be a pretty cool old piece. Unfortunately, it poured rain all morning, so this place is pretty swampy. They've got a lot more rain down here than we have, so hopefully it'll work to get loaded out. There's lots of antique vehicles in the rows. Upside down 58 Biscayne. I know some of these videos get real long. Try and keep them to an hour. Here's that 421 powered 62 Bonneville convertible. Don't see too many like that. It's an automatic car. Manual transmission Pontiacs are pretty scarce. A little Borgward station wagon. '63 Bel Air. Another '63 Bel Air. This old '59. It's a Brookwood wagon. When they pulled these cars out of the woods, this one actually, I think, was set with another car next to it, and they'd had a car bridged over the top of the two of them. Probably somebody's imagination of lift to pull parts off the bottom of the one they set on top. Try and keep these videos hour long, so I may not show absolutely every vehicle that's here. This guy, trying to watch the puddles too. Little Renault Dauphine. It was fairly scarce now, but they actually sold quite a few of them here. Little car similar to the Beetle. So this '59 four-door hardtop, that's one that's on my list. It's really a pretty good car. It's got a good patina to it. '56 four-door post. Believe that one's a 210. Just got the Chevrolet badges on the quarters. '55 Pontiac four-door. Some guys were commenting on one of the other videos about the post and hardtop thing. Maybe it's a regional deal, I don't know. Generational, who knows? I use the terms interchangeably. Sold at Sherman, Texas, so it's a local car. Parked in '70. That's pretty long time for one of these old things to be driven. 15 years. You can see it sat underwater. That's got the neat little factory bumper guard on it, and the blend of Indian head and I think that was like a Boeing something, what, maybe Stratofortress or after Stratofortress. I'm not real up on airplanes, but anyway, that was kind of a blend that they used. This old Chevrolet. It's got the vent windows and the pull down door handles. Painted grill truck. Corvair. 55, I think. Chevy truck. This one's 61. See a lot more 61 trucks than 60. 59 Ford station wagon. Old vintage wreck. This little hauler. Kind of a odd little thing. US Navy bomb service truck. So it would have had a bed on there. They would have put the bombs on. I would guess that's Korean and conflict era. 1 Ton International. It's a truck he probably used to haul some of these in, maybe. 54 Plymouth Plaza. This old Pontiac, two-door hardtop. 51 2 maybe. 60 Ford, four-door. It's 56. It's kind of a middle trim level. 54, I think, Pontiac. I'm gonna do the best I can, but these puddles are kind of a bit of a challenge to navigate. 64 Olds Dynamic 88, four-door hardtop. '56 Roadmaster. Little 62 Falcon. Parted out El Camino. Another 63 Bel Air. 57 Buick Super, four-door hardtop. That's a cool car. It's kind of odd to me that 56, they had a sedan and a hardtop in the line. Could order either. Power steering car. That's factory AC. See that here and there in Texas more commonly than we do back in Kansas. 59 Ford, I think. It's 49 Ford, the little park lights. 78, 79 Lincoln, Continental, a town car. Neat one. I've always kind of wanted one of these. There's real nice examples around. This one's clearly a parts car. 56 Ford F600. That's got 22 5s. It's kind of a desirable set of wheels on that truck. C10. That's one of the early uses of the Silverado badge. Pontiac. 61 Electra. 225 convertible. 68 Texas plate was the Hemisphere. '49 or '50 Chevy. Pontiac's 56. Always got to see the front of these to know. Can't really tell them from the back. Not sure on this one. I think that's the early version of that cab. There was like a high cab and a low cab. And I'm not that up on them to really distinguish. This one's old Ford panel truck. It's 50 Ford. The wrecked El Camino. 65 Impala. A lot of old wrecks in the graveyard. Ford Explorer. One of these 40 6, 7, 8 Fords. You guys have told me the round park lights make the year, but kind of drawing a blank. 58 Country sedan. Not too many people ordered the Country Squire. I don't know if that fiberglass wood added too much to the cost of the car, and Maybe people weren't that concerned with status. Most of these you see are country sedans. 64 Ford, custom 500. Value conscious buyer ordered that one. Little Bug. Now this one has the small sunroof, not the rag top. I don't think I've ever seen a small sunroof early Bug like this. It's kind of a neat one. 57 Chevy 150. Green and white two-tone. Old Ford van. Cargo side extended, kind of uncommon. 56 Bel Air 4-door. There's some hoods and body panels. 59 Chevy hood's supposed to be in one of these rows somewhere. Another 59 Ford truck. F100 long bed. This poor old 58 Impala 2-door hardtop. Lost its roof at some point. Clearly just a parts car at this point. But there's a lot there that somebody could piece one together with. A lot of that's one model only and 1 year only parts. 61 Bel Air. Front fenders, pretty good on that. They need a little work, but good ones of those aren't cheap. 59 Bel Air. 4-door post. It's rough, but a lot of good parts on it. 1968 Oklahoma plate. Down the rows. Old Chevy 5-window truck. GMC, I guess. That was a half-ton truck. Somebody stuck a 1-ton rear end. Kind of made a little welding service truck. Really rare one. That high dramatic trans. Somebody's probably put a high dramatic hood on a 4-speed truck would be what I'm thinking. That whole thing's been sanded down and primed, but those badges the right guy probably give a chunk of change for. And that is a 54. I now see the grille and the windshield. Kind of cool. '57 210 2-door 4-door hardtop. Tripping on my words. 57 210 4-door hardtop is a pretty rare car. I like that one. Not too many people ordered them. 55 Buick Special 4-door. Cadillac's a 49 or 50. I think 53 Ford. Custom cab is kind of odd. It's got the little chrome bands on the grill and the emblems. Fancy steering wheel. That's a good truck. Not in the best of condition, but kind of an odd, rare one. It's a regular F100. Little 59 Rambler wagon. Rough, rough, rough. 51, 2, 3, 4 Dodge pickup. It's a Ford front clip with the marker lights up on the center hood panels. There's a 40 Ford. 1948 Chevrolet. Oh yeah, so this Ford here, we're just north of McKinney, but that thing probably had a bottle bed on it, would be my guess. And it's got the old Coke signage on the doors. Pretty neat truck. Imagine the history that truck has and the stories it could tell. Gotta catch the little dash flag. Big king size. Probably Sprite or one of their other lemon lime derivatives. Alrighty, there's ponds on both sides of these. So I'm gonna film from here. We got a 55 Roadmaster, two-door hardtop, and then looks like another 53 Ford custom cab, and then Mercury Comet four-door, should be a 66, and then this little guy, Ford Custom four-door post. I believe this is a 64 Catalina. Four-door hardtop, took a hit back in the day. 59 Olds. Just some rough, kind of beat up old cars. 63 Galaxy, not the 500. Little Mazda Sundowner. They badge those as a Ford Courier. I still remember some of them running around when I was a kid in our little town. 58, somebody took the frame and kind of wadded the rest up and left it. '74, I think, Grand Prix. Old International R Series, 54 or 5, I think. That's got the big 6-lug pattern, so it'd be spec'd as like a 3/4 ton. And then there's a 48 through 50 Dodge with the chrome. Another 59 Bel Air. '62 Biscayne, Jeep station wagon, another Ford pickup, and a International big truck. A whole bunch over on this side. Ford and a Farmall H. We're far enough out that there's decent share of agricultural pieces out here too. Cute little dozer. '53 Buick. 1953 Cadillac's a cool one. It's got the sun visor, which I don't think I've ever seen on a Cadillac. 40 Ford. Deluxe model. Had the 40 only grill and the twin chevron lights. Getting bad reflections here. '55 GMC 370. I always got a kick out of these goofy hood panels. Of course, a small guy probably couldn't reach all the way across there, so they had to do it. Early Maverick. That was a vinyl top car. This is my favorite bumper sticker. I've actually got one that was a gift to me, and I haven't used it yet because I'm not sure which car to put it on. '58 Ford wagon again, country sedan. '63 Galaxy, two-door hardtop. And this little Ford is a short bed. So that's kind of a neat one. 68, 9, 70, somewhere in there. Vintage Plymouth Fury police car. Grand Fury. Those should be factory buckets in that car. '55 Buick Super two-door post. There's a very early, I think that's a Renault. Should be, but I'm not positive. It's the only one I've ever seen. That is a cool little car. Ford truck. 53 front clip on a 52 body. Never seen that before, but they made it work. And that's got the front overriders, which are very rare, and they even missed it in the wreck. So that's good pieces on that car. We got a 56 Dodge, four-door. Thing's got 67 Kentucky plates. Crittenden County. Came a long way. Another 49 Ford. Somebody took the roof off it. Lincoln Cosmopolitan at 49. I actually had one of these cars. It was factory black. 49 Lincoln was the car that has the designation of winning the first ever NASCAR race. And the only preparation they really did to that car was, I think they took the hubcaps off and they put a piece of rope in it for a seat belt. My understanding. Mine was missing these front fender emblems, and I looked and looked and looked and never found them and sold the car. Let the next guy look, but there they are. It's had that big block flathead out of the Ford medium duty chassis trucks. Kind of cool to see a big block flathead. Every one of these I run across, I always have a look. 1956 Mercury, two-door hardtop. '56 Pontiac, four-door hardtop, factory air car. Lincoln's, you could get the 6-window version and a regular 4-window version. That's a 6-window. 51 or 2 Plymouth, Studebaker Lark. 51 or 2 Olds. '57 Ford two-door post. This guy is a 71 Impala Sport Coupe. Sport Coupe had the regular hardtop roofline. Custom Coupe had the dished roofline, shared with the Caprice. Doubt these doors will open, but we'll see. They do not. Oh, look at that 72 Caprice front clip somebody's put on there. That is a super, super straight car. Little wrinkles in the quarter. See where the tree grew up behind the tire. You can buy quarter skins for these, so that's not too bad of a deal. There we go. Crank window car, which is good. Ignition's already popped to be able to move it. I mean, it's sat around a long time. It's no peach, but I think it's got potential. They got their old military loader fired up. '51 Ford two-door. And the grazing cows. It's not cars and coffee, it's cars and cows. '58 9 Dodge. Don't see too many of these. '53 or 4 Desoto. Two-door post. Fire dome designation means it should be a Hemi car, and it is. Little 2-barrel carb. Guaranteed seized, or your money back. '73 Polara 4-door hardtop. I got one of these. It's my uncle's fishing car, so I preserve it in his memory. '71 Fury 360. '67 Mustang 6-cylinder car. Real pretty blue traded for icky brown primer. 54 Olds, 2-door hardtop. '73 or 4 F-250. I know it's not the exact truck, but it's kind of something that gives you reminders of Uncle Jesse. '51 Ford 2-door base trim. Another '51. John Deere A looks like. This is a Ford Econoline with the open road camper conversion. It's kind of neat. We got Uncle Jesse and we got Uncle Rico. I think Uncle Rico's was a Dodge. And it was a lot nicer than this inside. Probably a parts vehicle at this point. Got a cute little postal van. A lot of different chassis on these. Had your AMC, your Ford, International. This one's got a set of Mopar wheels. But I think International. Ooh, hold on. Check out that cute little orange television set. That's a cool piece. 68, 970 Chevy. 68. That color of orange was used from the 50s through the 70s. Those trucks changed a lot in 20 years, but that color was kind of a neat piece of continuity that they carried through how many? 4 or 5 generations. C10, probably 76, 7, 8. That one's from Paris. Little 6-cylinder in there, 250. That should be the integral intake. A lot of people don't like them, but man, they're pretty unkillable. This is AC delete. Just got your heater. Manual brake. It is an automatic though. '54 Buick Special. Commerce Motor Company. Parked in '73. They got 19 years out of that one. That was a pretty good run. I forgot to show the taillights on the '70 Fury. Pretty cool look. Then in '73, Dodge kind of did their version. Rehashed a little bit. Pontiac, Firebird, I guess. Maybe it's a Trans Am. 77, 8. I just never was into these cars. So that's one I don't know a lot about. Little GMC pickup. It's got the 5 lug on the front and the 6 lug on the rear. 68 or 9, somewhere in there. 67 Imperial. 2-door hardtop. That's a good car, but it's been sitting a long time. Look how straight and solid that thing is. Tilt column, telescoping, automatic headlight dimmer, power door locks, power vent windows. It's got the cool little halo vinyl top just on the rear part of the roof. Neat car. 440's gone. 51 Ford. A little closer look at this 57. Parked in 66. Sold at Vandergriff. '57 Fords outsold 57 Chevys. Oh man, this 50 Plymouth, it's like a cutaway display. Obviously, been sitting on its side. If it ran and drove, I'd drive it around just like that. Old Ford Coupe. 4678. It's got the little round turn signal lights. '56 Rambler. That was a pretty groundbreaking car when they brought it out. A little controversial styling. I like them. It's just after the Hudson and Nash merger, and they're in business a little while longer. Little Ford welding truck. 55 Pontiac. Another 40 Ford. 53 Chevy. That's a pretty good car. These have sat a long time, but if somebody's gonna street rod that car, then you'd take all the stock stuff out anyway, so that's pretty good body to start with, honestly. See the difference in the chrome, the grille, the end bumper piece, and the guard in the center. That Korean War era, they had really spotty quality for plating, just because of material shortages. 55 Olds. 37 Chevrolet truck. That made good yard art. Another 56 Bel Air. That one's identical to mine, which is now sold. 60 Corvair. You see the faint outline of the wing emblem on the front. Pretty rough. 53 Buick 2-door. Should be a 53 Olds. 88 four-door sedan, 40 Ford pickup. A Ford coupe. It's got the bumper wings on the back, so that's kind of a oddball option on it. Don't know if I've ever seen those on a car. '58 or '9 Chevy Apache pickup. Well, not a pickup, a 1-ton flatbed. 40 Ford 2-door deluxe. There's a cool 1-ton Dodge. Oh wow. 63 maybe Ford vintage wreck. Old T-Bird 77 to 9. Should be 56 Olds. Another factory AC car. Not too common. '48 to '50 Ford front nose. Now this 56 Buick, those were built at a separate body plant at Ionia, and then they hauled just the bodies in white, bare shells, on a transport to the GM assembly line to finish them. They actually outsourced the body there at the Ionia plant. 65 Ranchero. I had one of these once and bought it at the auction and sold it at the auction. Somebody gave me a little over my bid and hauled it home. You see how far Bodyworks come. We use stud pullers now. We don't use drill and slide hammer. Sad old upside down bathtub. Nash Ambassador Super. Although it's a good study of the unibody. See how they did it. Not too bad. There's a little Rambler convertible. It's kind of more of a sliding rag top. 57 Olds 88 4-door. Another 53 Ford. Old Chevy. 51 Ford truck. That's pretty decent parts on that one. That'll take about 4 or 5 minutes here and look over these. Decent row of noses. 57 Ford, 1-year only stuff. 41 Chevy. 56 Buick. No, 55. It's got that mesh grill. Bunch of truck cabs. If these things have been sitting on the ground, then they can't be too good. Oh, it's been hit and bent. It's bad for it. So we've got the 59 Olds. Dynamic 88. Pretty sure that's the same car. It's light blue. And this Also light blue, but they haven't finished it. It's just a rough cut. So probably just parts. If they'd finished it into a trailer, it'd be pretty cool to tow, but you can see there's either broken springs or frame rot or something going on. Fiesta wagon model, Olds in Dallas. Not sure. It's kind of broke apart. There's a little home-built tractor with a push blade. Bunch of car hoods. Some of these, I think, got separated from the vehicles they went to. '56 Pontiac. Old forklifts. Not sure what this guy was. Oh, just some sort of harvester, but look at that massive flywheel and gears for a harvesting machine. It's kind of crazy engineering. Little worm cut gears. So that's an International TD6 crawler. Look at this. They pulled the whole tree out, but the payloader, man, Mother Nature up to her shenanigans. Now that would be some cool yard art. You might need a wide load permit to get it home. Definitely not going to go through the drive-thru with that thing on your trailer. Been parked a while to be that way. All right, tune in again. Next video, we'll show some auction footage. Hey everybody, it's Mr. Goodpliers. Thanks for stopping by to see today's video. The footage you just saw is from one of 3 auctions that were held on March 25th, 2023. It was a red letter day, one that I'll never forget. We bought more cars that day than we ever have before, and I'll have an upcoming video to show all of that, and you won't want to miss it. So tune back in again.